especially at the beginning as a freelancer, like from, age 23, was constantly, and still am, constantly concerned that I might suddenly be out of work permanently. Like, our careers are so weird. It could all just blow away, tomorrow. Since the beginning especially the beginning as a freelancer, like from, age 23, was constantly, and still am, constantly concerned that I might suddenly be out of work permanently. Like, our careers are so weird. It could all just blow away, tomorrow. And like, okay, how much have I saved up? And like, so I became very meticulous very early on about saving as much money as I could. Because you don't know when the next job's coming, right? Like all of us, like it's like, okay, I have this gig, and like, okay, it's this many months, and then how long will I be off for then? You don't want to be panicked and stressed because, like, you got to pay the rent, you got to pay bills, you got to get food, you got to pay your like health premium, whatever that is. Like, I found that I was constantly just trying to be smart with money, and as a freelancer, I think it's really important. It's like, I'm not sure there's anything more important than that, because that's ultimately the bottom, literally. But also, if you operate that way, you start to be able to create opportunities for yourself to say no, which is the most powerful thing you can do as a creative worker. To be like, well, I'm getting paid for my creative talents. You're getting paid because people like to have you around. People want to give people opportunities. I mean, good people do. You don't want to work for people that don't want to give people opportunities. You want to work with supportive and creative, cool people, ideally. And yeah, I even like, back in the day, so it'd be like a job would be like, well, we can't pay more than like 32 a week. I'm like, well, then, okay, fine. I'm not doing it. I'm looking for 34 or whatever. It was like, it's not a huge difference, right? It's like,
it's about respect. That's the thing for me, is that it shows a certain level of respect that, and it took me a long time to learn this, because I've always been of the craftsman, blue collar mentality that, yeah, I am somebody that gets paid for the hours that I work. That's the way that I was brought up, right? You're a hard worker. You do what you're told. I was born in a farming community of 400 people where you were lucky to have a job where you got paid 15 or 20 bucks an hour. So you get paid for hours, right? And the fundamental mindset shift that I made, thanks to my business mentor, was that we don't get paid for the hours that we work. We get paid for the value that we bring to the project and to the team. Absolutely. And I believe that even though I might be working the same 45 to 60 hours a week as another person on the other side of the wall doing the same job in the same software, there's a different level of value that I know I am able to bring, and I confidently want to convey that in negotiations. And if they don't want me to bring that value, that's fine. Find somebody else that'll sit in the same chair for less money. But I've seen it happen over and over, and I'm sure you have too, where they make that choice. Then you get the phone call 6 weeks later, 8 weeks later, we need your help. Like, oh, but that guy knew Avid.
Yes.
He knew how to edit, right? So what do you need me for? It's a totally different level.
Yeah, I think you have to start to sense when you're in demand. And, also you're getting paid as a freelancer for the time that you're not working too. Like, a weekly rate, like 3,000 a week sounds, multiplies out fantastically when you're working, if you worked all 50 weeks, but you don't work all 52 weeks, you can't make jobs line up like that. And a lot of times, the hours are not great, and you don't want to be like going full speed all the time. And that all just factors into like, how much you're worth, and what you can negotiate over scale. And, studios, especially on bigger shows, they want to be like, here's the rate and that's it. Take it or leave it. You have to be willing to be in a position to be like, well, leave it, like you have to be able to say, like, I think that it's hard. It's not easy, man. I'm not saying that this is an easy thing to do. This comes with like decades of experience for myself, but like, you have to be able to say no. Like, I'm not going to do this. It's not worth it to me. I don't want to, because you don't want to be in a situation where then you get there and it's day one and now you start working and you're working hard and it's crazy and it's not a show you like, and get the drive across town is no fun, and like the people aren't great, and you're like, why am I doing this? Well, I should have asked for more money. And don't want to be kicking yourself because you could have asked for more money. Truly, the worst case is they'll say no, and then you could still do it. You can ask for more, they'll say no, and you go, okay, great, I'll do it anyway. You have to know what you're willing to settle for. But I mean, that's just part of the business end, and I think as creatives, it can be tricky to be willing to stand up for yourself,
Well, like you said, one of the key points to being able to say no is that I have to financially plan and put myself in a position where I'm not afraid to say no. Because if I've got 2 weeks worth left in my account, I've got no choice. I have to say yes. But one of the key ingredients to burnout is resentment. If you resent the chair that you're in and the way that you're being treated, I don't care how amazing the show is that you're working on, the credits, I don't even care if you win an Emmy. If you resent the fact that you're there and the way people are treating you, it will eat you alive.